Hi, this is Chanel. Hope you're doing well. In this video, I am going to discuss the importance of recognizing and combating sources of destruction. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about different forms of destruction. First, and I'm going to try to make this video pretty quick. I don't want it to be too long. So first I'm going to start with self. Okay, so self-destruction. How can you, what are ways that you can recognize self-destruction or sources of self-destruction? One would be, and I think most importantly, would be to self-analyze. One thing that I try to do at least once a year is self-analyze, okay? And balance is important. So when you analyze, you don't want to just look at the good or just the bad. You want to analyze everything, okay? You want to analyze the positive and the negative, okay? And since I'm talking about sources of destruction, look at your life and think about what you may be doing that that could cause negative outcomes. Okay, so are you doing anything that causes negative outcomes? Physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually? Are you doing anything that causes a negative outcome? If so, it's best to write things down. Write them down so you can see it. Okay, I think that helps. Being able to see things helps. Okay, and so write those things down. And if you need to research, because obviously if you're doing things that that are causing negative outcomes, you may need to go outside of yourself or seek sources outside of yourself to assist with that, okay, or to assist with those things, to assist with those negative outcomes. And so write down, areas of your life that are hazardous or that are causing, negative outcomes, and seek, be it through Google or maybe some sort of coach. Seek sources that can assist you, or books. YouTube is a great source. But anyway, seek sources that can help you combat and improve those areas. Okay. So look at yourself first. Okay. Like I said, in all areas. Look at, and I've already named them. I don't want to go through it again, but in all areas of your life, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, are you doing anything? And I've a while back I made a video talking about your cup, okay? And I don't have one, but your cup is your lifeline, okay? So are you putting anything in your cup? Is your cup full? Do you keep your cup full? And are you putting anything in your cup that is hazardous or poisonous to you? Okay, and if so, change it. Okay, you have to change it. Next, I'm going to talk about recognizing people or things, environments outside of yourself that cause destruction. Okay, so first so let's say this is your cup. Immediately around you, are there people, places, or things immediately around you that are causing destruction? Okay, are be it in the same areas that I just mentioned, verbally, are there people around you who are verbally destructive? Are there people around you who are emotionally destructive to you? Let's say, these people pour into your cup. What are they pouring into your cup? Okay, are they pouring anything into your cup that is destructive to you? Okay, in any of those areas, financially, emotionally, spiritually, are they pouring poison into your cup? Okay, again, you're starting with the people around you immediately, with your immediate circle. Okay, or the people that you're around daily. Okay, your work environment, your neighbors, anybody. Okay, are they doing things that are destructive to you? Next, look at yourself. Are you allowing it? Are you allowing people to just pour negativity into your cup? Okay, and if so, it's up to you to change it. You have to change it, because what you allow, people will continue to do. Okay, and so again, analyze the people around you. Okay. Another thing I'm going to say this. Some people, when I say I talk about paying attention to people all the time. Okay, or in my videos, I talk about paying, the importance of paying attention. Not everything is going to be in your face. When you deal with people, there are a lot of two-faced people. There are a lot of people who may be one way, whether they be silent when they're around you, and then some people could just say nothing. However, they can be destructive immediately. You could, if you don't pay attention, you could not catch it. Okay. How was your day? If you're not paying attention, you could miss it. Okay. So there are some people who are sneaky with the way that they are destructive to you. There are other people who may be a bit more, they may not, it's not, invisible, so to speak. However, they may just be sneaky or sly with it. Okay. And then there are other people who are just blatantly disrespectful. Okay, all three of them are harmful. I don't care whether they're in your face, constantly being destructive, whether they're being sneaky with it, or if they are doing it behind your back. Okay, all three cause destruction. Okay. And so it is important to pay attention to those around you, and it is important to face that head on sooner than later. Okay, as soon as you see it, you better say something or do something about it, because again, people do what they can get away with. Okay, and so again, just analyze the people around you. Next, I'm going to talk about parenting. Okay, so initially I talked about yourself. Okay, analyze yourself. Are you doing anything destructive? Are the people around you being destructive? Next, as adults, if you're watching this, more than likely you are an adult. So next, I want to talk about children. Okay, the children are the future. Okay, these are the people who are going to be taking care of us when we, like, I'm in my 40s, in my late 40s. Okay, 40 years from now, those who are babies will be running things. Okay, and so it is up to us as adults, as guardians, and as parents, as people who children look up to. It is our job to teach, to protect, to provide for the children. Okay, so again, I'm talking about recognizing sources of destruction. And I'm going to talk about parents. There are some parents who are the source of destruction for their children and for children, period. Okay, there are parents who do not protect their children. There are parents who do not provide for their children. There are parents who do not like their children. Okay, it is important that if you are an adult, you recognize that. Okay, I'm going to talk about co-parenting with that type of parent. So let's say you're a parent and you're co-parenting with a parent who is either hands off, okay, like just not, I'm not gonna provide for, not gonna protect, not gonna, everything is not gonna, okay. That is destructive to your lineage, okay. Obviously the other parent does not care about their lineage. They're more concerned about themselves. And so if you are a parent who is co-parenting or not if they choose to not co-parent, whatever, if you're dealing with that, it is your job as the protector to counter that source of destruction. Because again, hands off, not protecting, not providing for, that is a source of destruction. So how do you counter that source of destruction and protect? Well, obviously, you want to be the protector. You have to be the provider. You have to be the one who teaches, okay? And I believe that one of the best ways that you can teach your children is to show them things, okay? Even with adults, okay? Point things out when you see that, even if it's a parent, I don't care who it is, even if it's another parent. If a parent is doing something destructive, make sure that because here's the deal. Let's say in this scenario where there's one parent who is hands off, not everything is not gonna do, and then the other parent is the one having to do it all. If you say nothing about, and if you say nothing, then it's almost as if you as a parent, you're not doing your job. Okay, to raise, the most important thing you want to do is raise children who are intelligent in every way. Okay, emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent. You want to raise relationally intelligent. You want to raise intelligent children. Okay, you don't want to raise children who lack intelligence. Okay, and children are very smart. They're already smart, and so what you don't want to do is walk around with a zipped lip and not teach children how to recognize things, even when it is an adult close to them. You want children to be intelligent. Okay, and so how do you counter? Okay, because again, I'm not making this video and I'm not putting information out here to I'm not asking you to just bash anybody. Okay, so I'm talking about destruction. Okay, again, ways to see it and counter it or fix it. Okay, so the way that you should fix bad parenting is, one, point it out, okay, and two, be direct with the child. If you have a parent that you cannot communicate with because they lack, if the other adult because unfortunately there are a lot of adults who lack emotional intelligence. Okay. And so, but anyway, there are a lot of adults who lack intelligence in certain areas, and so as a parent and as a guardian, you want to again be the teacher and say, okay, this person lacks intelligence in that area, and just be honest about it, so that the child will have knowledge, and again be able to recognize areas of weakness and strength. Okay, no matter who they're dealing with, the important, it's just important again to raise intelligent children who can recognize, again, not just the bad but good as well. Okay, you want to raise, as parents, you want to raise intelligent children. Okay, so again, also I've talked about recognizing self-destruction, okay, and ways to counter that. Recognizing destruction within people or places or things around you. Ways to counter, and I don't think I talked about ways to counter that. If when you are in an environment, yes I did, when you're in an environment where there is destruction, again, the first thing you want to do is be able to recognize it. Don't join in this, especially now. A lot of people just join in. They include themselves in situations where you would think they know better, especially if you're an adult. Okay, especially if you're 30 and up. Now you may have a little more grace in your 20s and when you're younger, but at a certain age you know better. And honestly, even children, there are intelligent or intelligent, and I'll just leave it at that. Okay, there are definitely children who have more intelligence than some adults. Okay, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's just important to be able to recognize sources of destruction, not be a part of it, and try to find ways to fix it. Okay, and it's important to start with yourself. Okay, look in the mirror. I see I'm not gonna go there, but anyway, look in the mirror first. I will go there. Okay, so I see a lot of people who observe others, and it seems as though, especially in certain environments, okay, people look at other humans as if they're looking at animals in a zoo. Okay, now there are people who do act like there are people who behave in ways that they certainly should not. However, I think that it is our job, if people will listen, and that's another thing that we have to combat, trying to fix. If you see someone doing something in a way that they could be doing better, try to be, after a while, I'm not going to say right off, it just depends on the situation, but try to be an influence, try to influence them, or you want them to do better. Okay, and so say something, or try to teach them better. I think we can all learn from one another. Nobody's perfect. There's not a perfect person on this earth, and so we can all learn from one another. And so if you see an opportunity to leave a positive imprint on someone's life and maybe change, help them change their lives for the better, then do so. Okay. But like I said, the whole point of this is just, the point of this video is to encourage you to just, again, observe what you allow into your cup. Observe everyone around you, and try to be the best version of you that you can be, and try to create a better society for those coming after us. Okay. For your lineage, your children, your grandchildren, the people that are coming after us, generations after us. We think about your great grandchildren. People that you may never see. You want them to live in a better society, or you should. Okay, and it begins with you. Okay, and so again, if we see something that can be improved, let's try to improve it. Okay. And so, like I said, it's just important to recognize both positive, what's and again, I think it's important to look at both positive and negative. What are we doing right? Okay, let's keep doing it, and if we can make that better, let's make that better. What's wrong? How can we fix that? Okay, let's try to fix it. Okay, and so that's just the overall. I just wanted to get on here and just talk about the importance of just trying to create a better society for everyone. Okay, and again, just making improvements where they're needed. But improvements can't be made if we won't analyze and acknowledge the things that are things that could be better. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment if you would like, and again, thank you for watching. Bye.